or NFTs could possibly have a fatal flaw, and that fatal flaw could be you if you're stupid. Maybe that's what it comes down to. How's that? That's pretty good.
I love it.
We're going to get into it, but there was an OpenSeas phishing scam. This would call it a scandal, which is even worse. But we're going to talk about that. Before we do, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. And Bobby will chaperone your prom if you like this video. So I'm going to make that.
Yes,
we'll
absolutely. You want some scary old man chaperoning you. Yes, I can do that.
It'll do it. All right, so into the story here. OpenSeas, there was a phishing scandal. What is this? Is phishing email, but this is pretty typical. Any IT department will warn you about this. I hear about phishing scandals. So my question is, what's new here?
So to me, well, first off, I'm going to start with a story here. I remember it was over the weekend, I believe, and people are just blowing up Twitter like, "Oh, you're going to get hacked if your NFTs are on OpenSea. You're going to get hacked," and everyone's freaking out. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I ran home just so I could delist my NFTs." But the truth was, it was just an email that was not from OpenSea that people clicked on and went to a fake site and clicked to give away their NFT on accident. So, but they were blaming OpenSea pretty hard. They were like, "OpenSea better fix this, OpenSea this," and blah blah blah. But OpenSea didn't do anything wrong. They did, just like you said, it was, if you're stupid, you're the one that got
you clicked on it.
I mean, I feel bad for anybody who did. Like, that's
Right.
horrible. But you got to be paying attention to the site that you're going to and make sure you're not on the wrong site looking to do whatever you're going to do. Right? You gotta verify that's the right one.
And is this the NFT space? Everybody's talking about. It's this open world, wild, wild west. So should you be more aware when you're doing NFT stuff than other things? I kind of
think so.
And that's I think that clear around everybody thinks, yes, you have to be. But truthfully, guys, in the world we're in right now, everywhere you have to be very diligent in your security.
Yeah.
If you're not using two-step authentication, and this is not just an NFT problem, security, especially when COVID came out, man, it was just nuts how much the hackers came out and the crypto locking stuff and ransomware. That stuff just was hugely rampant.
Yeah.
So yes, in the NFT space, you're going to have to be leery only because they haven't had time to catch up with security as much. Yeah.
Just like early days of the internet, you would get viruses like crazy, and then things started being built on top of that internet infrastructure to allow that security to happen. And we're still in the frontier world of NFTs, and so a lot of that security needs to be built out. But you do have to be careful when you're initially doing all this stuff, especially when you've got expensive NFTs in your wallet that you could potentially lose in the click of a button. That's some scary stuff for people.
Well, this is, I think part of it is just that NFTs, they've gotten so much attention lately that now you have phishing scams that are targeting it. But also the interesting thing to me is the fact that this article was written and that there was the blowback of OpenSea's
fault.
This is your fault, because there are so many people watching and waiting for the scam to be revealed, perhaps.
That, which brings us to the point of how much damage does that do when to a brand when something like this happens? How much damage does that do? So I'm asking you guys, what do you think? Did this hurt OpenSea at all? Is people running away from it now and go, "Oh crap, I'm not going to buy anything on OpenSea. I'm going to run to some of those other."
I mean, as far as I can tell, OpenSea is doing the only thing that you really can do when you're a company in this situation, and that is inform the public. If I pull it back over here to the article, OpenSea's posted, I believe, an email as well, but they tweeted this out: "We're actively investigating the rumors of an exploit associated with OpenSea's related smart contracts. This appears to be a phishing attack originated outside of OpenSea's website. Do not click on links outside of OpenSeas.io." And what else can you do? I mean, you inform people. You make
They did
them
a PR
aware.
on it, a press release. So Really, it's not their fault. And OpenSea has had problems. I mean, a lot of people complain about it and call it broken sea sometimes because they've had issues. But OpenSea still trades the majority of volume, and if you really want to go and find like the NFT that you're looking for, you're generally going on OpenSea as long as it's an Ethereum-based NFT because they've got the most volume. They've got the highest liquidity. So even though they've got flaws, it's hard to migrate off of that. Even though there are good websites out there, there's just not as much volume. And it's going to take a big player to take a big chunk of that volume to really shake OpenSea's feet on that
Let's
ground.
face it, too. When you're the big dog on the campus, everybody wants to have a piece of you.
Yeah.
That's just how it's always been. When you become the top of the head of the whatever,
Alpha of the food chain.
yes, people want to take you down. They want to make fun of it. They want to do whatever they can to drop you a notch. And that's business. That's how business. Unfortunately, we as humans, that's how it kind of works.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Well, and this is why, in my mind, OpenSeas, it doesn't matter if it was their problem or not, their security flaw or their fault or not. It is their problem in this way, in that they need to get ahead of it and make sure they're communicating to people. As far as I can tell, that's what they're doing. But I expect to see a whole lot more of this. Maybe they're essentially going to be functioning like the IT department and reminding people their user
Don't be
base.
stupid.
Yeah,
Don't
click
be stupid.
hacky links. Yeah. So one thing too is that the reason that OpenSea was releasing this update is because of an exploit that hackers were actually doing on OpenSea. If there was an NFT that was listed a long time ago and OpenSea canceled the listing for whatever reason, sometimes it would still show that price and people were able to purchase it for that price that might have been posted months ago, even though the price of that NFT went up. So people were able to buy Bored Ape Yacht Clubs for way cheaper than what they could buy them for now because of that exploit. And that's what this bug fixed. But people exploited this new fix here.
So the be aware, be smart. This technology space that we live in is a world full of security and problems and hackers out to find any exploit, any way in they possibly can. But most of the time, it's because of a user's inability to know what to do right.
Operator error.
We keep saying stupid, but I tried to say something different. But unfortunately, it's usually
people get
because
hacked
somebody.
all the time. You know, I've been hacked on different things. Not necessarily hacked, but you click things and you do dumb things and you just let in and it's and
you
it
even
sucks,
know,
so I
right?
get it.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people, when you think of hacking, you think of, there's some expert man in a mask behind a keyboard that's hacking in and they're going to take it away. There's nothing you can do. But most of the time, this is how it happens. And this article went over specifics on how, they said it was like a blank check, essentially. If you clicked on it, you wrote a blank check and someone was going to clean you out. But in this case, it doesn't really matter how the malware works in my mind, or whatever their technique is. If you're not falling for a phishing scam, you're going to be okay. So let us know what you think in the comments below, though. Did you receive this email, or do you have tips for us on how to avoid it? We'd love to know in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.